Let's continue with the inverse trigonometric functions. So before continue this topic, I want to warn you guys about something. One of the most common notations for inverse trigonometric functions can be very confusing, which is actually this one. For example, for cosine, it's written as cosine to the power of minus 1x. Right, but here this minus 1 is not an exponent. I mean, this cosine to the power of minus 1x, this is not equal to 1 over cosine x, okay? Just don't make any confuse and don't get confused about this. If I want to write this one, I would write this like cosine x to the power of minus 1. This one is equal to 1 over cosine x, okay? So there is also another notation for inverse trigonometric functions that avoids this ambiguity, which is arc cos x. This is much simpler and actually easier to remember. So cosine to the power of minus 1x is equal to arc cosine x. Sine to the power of minus 1x is equal to arc sine x, and tangent to the power of minus 1x is equal to arc tangent x. So how do we find these? So let's say we have sine x, which is equal to y. All you need to do is to change the location of x and y. So this sine x would become arc sine y, which is equal to this x. Let's say sine 30 degrees, okay? This is equal to 1 over 2, right? So all you need to do is to change these two, the location of these two, you change their locations. So when we do that, this sine 30 degree, it will become as arc sine 1 over 2, which is equal to 30 degrees, okay? This is also same for cosine. Let's say we have cosine 45 degrees, right? This is equal to square root of 2 over 2, right? So how do we find the inverse of this? It is equal to arc cosine. So we put this value here. It's square root of 2 over 2, which is equal to 45 degrees. Let's continue with these examples. In the first example, we have sine arc cosine square root of 2 over 2 is asked. So in this kind of questions, first let's say to this part, let's say it's equal to x. So actually sine x is asked, right? So how do we find the value of x? Let's write this down here. It's arc cosine square root of 2 over 2, right? This is equal to x. So if we just change the locations from here, we will get this arc cos, it will become cosine x, okay, which is equal to square root of 2 over 2, right? So we know that cosine 45 degrees is equal to square root of 2 over 2. So it means that our x is equal to 45 degrees. So sine x was asked. So sine 45 degrees, which is also equal to square root of 2 over 2. Okay, so this is the solution for our example. Let's look at the second one. So here we have cosine arc sine 4 over 5. So same logic, we just say this is equal to x. Okay, so this is equal to x. So actually cosine x is asked, right? So how we can find the value of x? So from here we know that arc sine 4 over 5 is equal to x, right? So let's change their locations, and here from here we will get this arc sine, it will become sine x, right, which is equal to 4 over 5. So for this one, we don't know the angle. We don't know which degree is which degree has a sine value of 4/5. What you should do, you should draw your right triangle. Okay, let's draw it. So when I draw my right triangle, let's say this is our x angle. So it says that sine x is equal to 4/5. So sine opposite side over hypotenuse. Okay, so we have 4 here, we have 5 here, so we have 3 here, right? This is the 3, 4, 5 triangle. This is special triangle. So from here, what we need to find? We need to find the value of cosine x. So we know that cosine x, this is equal to adjacent side over hypotenuse, right? Which is equal to, here is 3 over our hypotenuse is equal to 5. So this is the answer for our example. Okay, when it comes to tangent and cotangent, actually we apply the same thing. Okay, so when we have tangent x, its inverse function is equal to arctangent x, and when we have cotangent x, its inverse function is equal to arccotangent x. So let's look at this example. Here we have sine 3p/2 minus arctangent 3/4 is asked. So in this kind of questions, you always give a value to the terms with arctangents, okay, or arccotangent or arcsine x. So here we have arctangent 3/4, right? So let's say this is equal to x, okay. So our question will become like this: sine 3p/2 minus x, right? Actually, this is our question. So as you remember, we used to do these questions when we rewrite based on the vertical line or horizontal line, right? When we rewrite based on the vertical line, the function name changes and this and that. So how do we do that? So here we have 3p/2, right? When I draw my unit circle here, where is this 3p/2? It's here, right? 3p/2. So on this vertical line, the function name, it changes, right? So if we have sine here, it will become cosine, right? First, I look at the function. So it's sine, it will change as cosine, okay? So after that, what we should do, we should look at this x. So this will become x because we only need this part, right? And then we will look at its sine. So how do we find its sine? This is 3p/2 minus x. So it's somewhere here. It's because 3p/2 it's here. So minus x, it will be somewhere here, right? So here our sine value, is it positive or negative? Sine is here, so it is negative, right? Because it's on this part. So our value will be minus cosine x. So all we need to do is to find the value of minus cosine x, okay? So here we said that arctangent 3/4 is equal to x, right? So it's arctangent 3/4 is equal to x. So when I change their location, so from here we will get arctangent, we will become tangent x, which is equal to 3/4. So in this kind of situations, we immediately draw our right triangle, right? So it's, let's say x is here and tangent x is 3 opposite side over adjacent side. So here's 3, 4, 5 triangle, and all we need to do find the value of minus cosine x. So our cosine x is equal to adjacent side 4 over hypotenuse, which is equal to 5, but we need to find minus cosine x, also that is equal to minus 4/5. So this is the answer for our example. So here we have a very useful rule. When we have like this sine arc sine x, they naturalize each other and we will get x. It's also same for cosine. When we have cosine, arc cosine x, it's equal to x. When we have tangent, arc tangent x, it's equal to x. And when we have cotangent, arc cotangent x, this is also equal to x. Let's say we have here tangent, arc tangent square root of 3 over 3. So this is equal to square root of 3 over 3. Okay, you don't have to calculate this value and then after that tangent that and this. No, you just write the value of this. Okay, so here also we have sine, arc sine square root of 2 over 2. So this is also equal to square root of 2 over 2.